Reasons why you are having a fish-like odor coming from your vagina. So this is a condition that affects a lot of women out here, women of the reproductive age. These are women who are sexually active. So you'll notice that immediately after sex, you'll notice that there's a presence of a very distinctive, a very funny smell and a very abnormal smell that is coming from your vagina. And it is very noticeable because you will have a fish-like smell coming from your vagina. So a lot of women out here get worried when they have this kind of smell coming from their vagina. They get worried because they might think that they are abnormal. There are some may even think that they have been bewitched or they have been cursed. Some may even believe that maybe the organs of their reproductive system are rotting, and this might cause a lot of worries out here. So it should not be taken that serious because we do not get this condition as a very, very, very serious condition. So it is a condition of concern, but should not be a condition which should make you get worried. So I'm going to talk about the causes of this condition. I'm going to talk about how this condition presents itself, and I'm also going to talk about the things which you need to do so that to avoid getting recurrent such like smell coming from your vagina. So welcome. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Max Olagwire, and in this channel I discuss different health related topics. I just want to ask you to please subscribe if you have not subscribed to my channel. Also, don't forget to put a like on the video, and don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below. So with that said, let's get started.
I be so sick of you niggas, y'all contradicting. I be so bold myself when you come and fuck me. I feel so ordinary, except when you around me. Treat me like odor, why you wear me out? Arguments, you air me out. Tripping about you.
Welcome again. So in this video, we're going to discuss about bacterial vaginosis. Bacterial vaginosis is the condition that presents itself with the above said presentation. So what are the causes of bacterial vaginosis and how does the bacterial vaginosis present itself? So let's start with the causes. So you need to understand that in the vagina, we have we have different types of bacteria present in the vagina. We can classify the bacteria into two. We have the good bacteria and we have the bad bacteria. The bad bacteria are the bacteria that cause urinary tract infections, and these are bacteria that cause infections and diseases to us, but they are present in the vagina. Uh, they are present in the vagina in very small populations, in populations whereby you find that they do not cause worry. They cannot cause diseases. On the other hand, we have the good bacteria. These are the bacteria that controls the population of the bad bacteria. They are good in that they destroy the bad bacteria and they maintain the condition of the vagina so that you cannot get infections in the vagina. So an example for a good bacteria is the lactobacilli. The lactobacilli is the bacteria that controls the bad bacteria. It is the one that destroys the bad bacteria in the vagina. So you'll find that the lactobacillus is the one that maintains the vaginal pH to be slightly acidic. So most of the bad bacteria cannot survive in the acidic environment, and their population will tend to remain low. An example of a bad bacteria which causes bacterial vaginosis, there's a bacteria called the Gardnerella vaginosis. This is the bacteria that once its population, this is the bacteria that is found in the vagina at all times, but it can only make you get infections when when their population increase, and their population can increase when the population of the good bacteria which controls the population of these bacteria go down. So that is what will cause you to develop bacterial vaginosis. I have said that the bacterial vaginosis occurs in two ways. It's caused in two ways: when the population of the good bacteria go down, and also when the population of the bad bacteria go up. That is when you will develop the bacterial vaginosis. So how does this condition present itself? So it presents itself in the following ways. The moment you are having sex, at the moment you are having sex with your man, you will notice that immediately just after sex, immediately just the man has removed his penis from your vagina, you will notice that there's a presence of a very funny smell, a very distinctive smell, which smells similar to that of a fish. So it is very noticeable, and you will easily notice the presence of this smell because it is a very distinctive smell and it cannot go unnoticed. You will also you can also experience this kind of smell the moment when you are having menstruating. The moment you are on your periods, that's when you'll notice that there's also a presence of this funny fish-like odor. You will also notice that there will be an increase in the vaginal discharge. There's an increase in the vaginal discharge, and sometimes the condition might present with a gray to yellowish white discharge. The condition might just present with the only the smell, but sometimes it can also present with a discharge which is gray in color to yellowish white in color. So, what are the risk factors of developing bacterial vaginosis? I have talked about the causes and how the things that might cause you to have the bacterial vaginosis. So, what are the risk factors that might make you to get bacterial vaginosis? So, the first risk factor for getting bacterial vaginosis is douching. Douching or douching. Douching is whereby you introduce the soaps and lotions inside the vagina. So when you introduce these kinds of lotions and soaps inside the vagina, you'll find that the soaps will tend to destroy the good bacteria and they will tamper with the balance between the good and bad bacteria, and this might make you to develop bacterial vaginosis. You might be introducing the soaps and the lotions inside the vagina with a good intention of having a good vaginal hygiene, but you need to know that with your good intention you will be putting yourself at the risk of getting urinary tract infection. So if you have been watching my videos, I've told you several times that you should never ever put lotions and put soaps inside the vagina. The other risk factor for developing bacterial vaginosis is the use of broad spectrum bacteria, the broad spectrum antibiotics. We have some antibiotics, we refer to them as broad spectrum antibiotics. These are antibiotics which destroy a wide variety of bacteria. So when you use these kinds of antibiotics, you'll notice that these antibiotics will not only destroy the bad bacteria, but they will also destroy the good bacteria. So when they destroy the good bacteria will find that the population of the good bacteria will go down, and this will encourage the population of the bad bacteria to go up. And the other risk factor is the increase in the frequency of having sex. So this occurs in this way. The semen from the man is always slightly basic, whereby the vaginal environment is always slightly acidic. So when there's an increase in the number of you having sex, you'll notice that because of the presence of the semen, which is being deposited inside the vagina, the semen might neutralize the acidity of the vagina. And I see that anything that tampers with the pH of the vagina will tamper with the balance between the good and bad bacteria, and this will make you to develop bacterial vaginosis. We should also note that the bacterial vaginosis is not caused by sex. You cannot get bacterial vaginosis by having sex with a man. A man cannot transmit this disease to you. So the bacterial vaginosis is not a sexually transmitted infection. So the other risk factors associated with bacterial vaginosis we have is smoking, and also having multiple sexual partners. the presence of you, the idea of you having multiple sexual partners increases your chances of for developing bacterial vaginosis. We have said that the bacterial vaginosis is not a sexually transmitted diseases, but but having multiple sexual partners increases your chances of getting bacterial vaginosis. Bacterial vaginosis is not always regarded as a very serious condition, but sometimes it can lead to complications. Some of the complications which might occur due to the presence of bacterial vaginosis is having premature labor. Premature labor is whereby you experience labor whenever at the moment whereby you'll find that the baby has not yet reached the number of weeks. The baby has not developed fully so that it can come out of the body. It is important for you to get treated of the bacterial vaginosis so that to prevent such complication. Bacterial vaginosis is also associated with endometriosis, and it is also associated with the recurrence. Recurrence is whereby you find that the moment you are having bacterial vaginosis, you tend to have a recurrence of urinary tract infection, and also it is easy for you to get other urinary tract infections. So how should one deal with this condition? What are the treatment options available for these bacterial vaginosis that will be making you to get these abnormal smells coming from your vagina? So I've said that the bacterial vaginosis is, we do not regard it as a very, very serious condition because first of all, it might resolve on its own. You might experience it at one point of your life, and after 2 to 3 days you find that the smell have resolved on its own. This is because the population of the good bacteria might have increased, and when the population of the good bacteria increase, we'll find that it will control, it will destroy and control the population of the bad bacteria, which will be causing the bacterial vaginosis. Also, the treatment options available for the bacterial vaginosis, will have to go to the hospital and the doctors will prescribe you an antibiotics, and these antibiotics will help in the regulation of the population of the bad bacteria. The antibiotics will destroy the bad bacteria, which will make you to this will make it to resolve the problem. With that said, I've come to the end of my video whereby I've discussed about the different things that might cause you to develop the bad smells, fish-like odor coming from your vagina. So I just want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like the video and don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I'll be sharing more and more videos on different health related topics. So with that said, bye bye for now. Let's meet in another video.